The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 1 in our 20 from the Sega Master System series. Yeah, this is the game I think is the best, and this was the arcade classic from 1986 by Taito. This is the immortal Bubble Bobble. Happy Easter, by the way, everybody. This is so well done. I think this is done better than the arcade. This has some special features not present in the arcade, and this was known as Final Bubble Bobble in Japan for the Sega Mark III upon its release in 1988. And then it was re-released in 1992 in Europe. And it was known as simply Bubble Bobble then. The different features that you get are there will be some hidden rooms. You can get some very lucrative gems in those rooms. There are special items that you need to collect to be able to advance further in the game. There is a password system, if you know the password, and we'll look at one later on that's very useful. Then you can put it in the password screen. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I didn't do a complete playthrough by any means. That would take way too long because there's a total of 200 rooms in this game. But this was so impressively well done. For those that are uninitiated in the Bubble Bobble world, you are a little bubble-breathing dragon, and you try to trap the enemies in bubbles and then pop the bubbles to destroy the enemies, and they turn into food, which you can collect for points. There will be useful items sometimes appearing on the levels. Now on this first level, a good idea is to wait until you see a sign that says hurry up. When hurry up appears, the monsters become faster. But if you make hurry up appear on this very first level, you will get a special bonus if you let this additional enemy, which cannot be killed, appear. Then kill the enemies, or then trap the enemies. And a certain door will appear after you kill those enemies. And there it is. And this leads to a treasure room, and you can open 6 treasures and collect the contents. And there's a lot of little bonus prizes. Some of them are not that lucrative, some of them are. And you have to jump on the lock to open it. I ran out of time. But that is the first treasure that will appear. Or the first special door that leads to a treasure room, or there might be a gem room. Now there is also a hidden trick in which if you get the tens and hundreds digits in your score to be the same when you kill the last enemy, then all the bubbles that you shot will turn into food items for bonus points. And you see that candy in the top right that appeared. Those candies will let you shoot faster bubbles, shoot them farther, and there will also be a pair of shoes that might appear, and that can make you move faster. Now, little extra letters will appear that will spell out the word extend if you manage to trap and burst a whole bunch of enemies together. And if you spell out the word extend, you will get an extra life. You will also get an extra life at various point values. I'm trying to remember what those are. It's like 30,000, 100,000, 200,000, 400,000, and 1 million. And after that, you don't get any more unless you spell out extend. This was such a huge, huge classic. I saw this at numerous arcades back in the day. But it was more popular on the, perhaps on the NES, which was a fantastic port as well. But I really, really like this one. I wondered at first if maybe I was making a mistake putting this at number 1, but I don't think so. This is fantastic. There will be various special bubbles that will appear, and they can make a water slide take out enemies for you. And enemies that die by special means like that can turn into very lucrative diamonds or gems. And like I said, there are various doors that you can make appear that will go to a gem room or a treasure room, or they might take you to a room where there's a special item that you must collect if you want to get all the way through the game. And the more enemies you burst together in a cluster, the more lucrative bonus items that they will leave. And there's often various things, certain things you have to do to make the door appear to take you to the treasure room or the gem room, or the room where there's a special item that you need to collect. If you don't collect the special items that you need, you will not be able to pass level 99. Or perhaps level 199. But yeah, there are 200 levels. Sometimes there will be a potion, and if you collect the potion, then you will enter a bonus stage in which you can collect all the things that appear. And if you collect all of them, you will get a 100,000 point bonus. We'll look at that later on. But notice that the enemies will not stay popped, or stay trapped in bubbles for terribly long. And there I unlocked another door. And that was an item that I had to have. That was a crystal ball. There will be 3 colored crystal balls that you must collect in order to pass level 99. When the enemies are about to break out, and here's another special item you can collect to get this fairy, this protective fairy, to fly around you and kill any enemies that it touches. But yeah, you'll need 3 different colored crystal balls to be able to pass level 99. And then there are 3 different colored mirrors that you need to collect, and like a magical key and a candle to pass level 199. And on a few occasions, there will be a boss fight. There will be a monster that is giant. Whoops. And you will need to use special bubbles to kill him, and we'll look at that later on. But yeah, if you take too long, it'll say hurry up, and then a special enemy will make an appearance. Ah, crap. It's tough to get out of a tight squeeze like where I'm at, but if you hold down the jump button, you can bounce on bubbles. That protective fairy can last for, I think, like a total of 3 levels. And yeah, I'm using the water water slide bubbles to reach the enclosed monsters. But yeah, you can bounce on the bubbles by holding down the jump button. And in tight squeezes, if you fire off a bubble at just the right point, like just as you touch the bubble you're bouncing on, if you fire off another bubble just at the right amount or just at the right time, you can bounce on that too, and bounce higher. And there will be umbrellas at times that you can collect, and they will let you skip levels. You can skip, I think, like 1, 3, or 5 stages, depending on the color of the umbrella. But this is such a great classic, such a deep, deep game, and it is so well done for the... Oop, is that an extra life I see? Ta-da! Spelled out extend. But this is so well done, and there's so many cool little extras in this game that the original arcade doesn't have. And this was called Final Bubble Bobble in Japan for the Sega Mark III system in 1988, but it was re-released in 1992 to Europe, but not America, not US. There is a Pro Action replay code for this that will give you infinite lives. And it is 00CE B703. If you get super close to an enemy without quite touching it, you can fire off a bubble and kill it at the same time. But be really careful. If you haven't noticed by this point that contact with an enemy is instantly fatal unless you have a certain type of power-up. And there's now bubbles that have little lightning bolts on them. And depending on which direction you face, you'll send a lightning bolt either to the left or right. It'll fire off in the opposite direction that you're facing. It'll fly across the screen, and it can take out those enemies there. The enemies are called Zenchan, and that was the first enemies we saw. They're like wind-up toys. And then there's Mita, and he's like a ghost. Then there's Monsta, and that's the guys that were on this level, or the level that I just completed. And now we see Pol, and they're these floating enemies with little wind-up keys for tails. There is Banebao, and he's like a guy with boxing gloves on a spring. And there's a guy called Drunk, and he's green, and he throws probably sake bottles at you. And then there is one of the gem rooms. I made a door open up. There's just various things that you have to do, conditions you have to meet to be able to make that door open. And then you get another door open. And you need to get in there in time, or you will be killed. You are timed in that little area there. But getting those gems, they're at 10,000 points apiece. Very nice way to score points. And there's those shoes that will give you speed up, and I didn't get them. I'm not a big fan of the speed up shoes. I much prefer the candies. Yeah, we're just gonna skip ahead to the various levels. We're not gonna look at all of them because a lot of them aren't that special. Ooh, I took out 3 guys. That was nice. But yeah, there's various stages that you will be able to get to treasure rooms or gem rooms or special items that you must get. And here's another cool bonus or a helpful item. It'll make all the enemies freeze, and you can go touch them. They'll just disappear if you don't touch him in time, or the stage will end. But I got him. There's various cool words and stuff that appear on later levels. There will be fire bubbles that will make a bed of fire that the enemies will get killed if they touch. Yeah, if you have fast bubbles, you can just go in a corner or against a wall and just keep blowing them and popping them, and you'll get extra points that way. 10 points a bubble, and that item, that heart, will turn you invincible for a while and freeze the enemies. So go kill them all while you got the time. It gives you plenty of time, but the effect will wear off if you take too long. This level I love because you can just trap enemy after enemy. Although these Mitas can throw fireballs. Two enemies I didn't mention yet is there's a Space Invader from Taito's classic Space Invaders, and he fires this laser down at you. There are also enemies, and those are the Bane Bows. There are also enemies called Hitagons, and they shoot fireballs. Yeah, there's just various conditions that you have to meet, and maybe I'll list that later on in my video description. Hey, hitting all those guys with the lightning bolts will make the door open. Just using the lightning bolts, and then you go to the gem room. The password code that I'll show later, when you go to the password screen, will give you all the items automatically. You don't have to go get any of them. They'll automatically be in your possession. Oop, that killed me because I didn't get to the exit in time. Almost did. But we're just scooting forward to various levels. Like I said, there's a total of 200. It'd take too long to get through all of them. And there's my my protective fairy. I've got to come up with a better name than that. That cane there that just appeared, that will ensure that a big prize will appear when you kill the last enemy, and it'll be worth more points. And again, that fairy will appear like three consecutive stages, I think, or rounds. And there was like a supernova burst or something from one of the special items that kills all the enemies on the screen. But yeah, this is one of Taito's most enduring arcade classics of all time. Ah, crap. That's the end of my game there. There was a cross as a special item, and the cross, I think, makes lightning or water fill up on the screen and kill all the enemies. But that's Bubble Bobble, and we'll look at some of the other special stages that you can do a certain thing to make a door appear. On some of the stages, the door will just automatically appear, and on some you might have to have not died on the previous stage. Here's another treasure room. Don't know if you really do anything for Easter anymore, or if you have kids and have them find eggs, do a Easter egg hunt or whatever. It doesn't really do much for me anymore. Now here is one of the boss stages, and this is a giant Mita, and he flings fireballs around. and you need to collect that bottle, that cross at the top, and it'll give you fire breath. You really should jump when you fire it instead of stand on the ground, because you'll usually miss the Mita with your breath that way. And the Mita moves faster when the hurry up appears, and it'll be encased in a bubble eventually, and you need to pop it. And then we'll look at some more stages. But that door automatically appeared, and there's an item we had to collect, and that is a blue crystal ball. There's like a red, green, and blue crystal ball that you must get in order to be able to pass stage 99, or round 99, or whatever they call it. You can pause the game and you'll see all the items that you collected, which is kind of cool. And there's those Space Invaders guys, and there's another door. And this leads to another gem room. You can't burn yourself on those torches, don't worry. And here's another level where you have enclosed enemies. And I think here you need to, you just need to encase those enclosed enemies in bubbles, and then the door will appear. The stage will be basically finished once you go into a door. You don't have to destroy any more enemies or anything. And once you get out of that room, then you will advance to the next stage. Some very there was another door that I got into. There's a treasure room. There's some very interesting level design. I used to think it would be cool if you could have a level editor and make your own stages on Bubble Bobble. And is this another boss fight? Yep. It's a giant hitagons, and you have to touch those idols, or whatever the hell they are, and you'll make lightning bolts, lightning bubbles. And you need to hit him with them and then pop him. And he releases a giant food item for extra points. I didn't mention this yet, but this is a, you can play 2-player simultaneous play on this game. Player 1 is known as Bub, and Player 2 is known as Bob. And there was a door that leads to a special or a bonus stage, and you can collect all the rainbows. I'll just scoot forward to me collecting the last ones. Gotta jump through the bottom there to collect those last two, and you get 100,000 points as a perfect bonus. Pretty nice. There's like a few stages that will just about put an enemy right on top of you to start the stage, which sucks. And here's more of those fire bubbles, which will drop fire down onto the enemies and make a little bed of fire. And this is an item that you have to collect in order to pass level 99. And to open the door on this stage, you have to get to that part of the J letter, and the door will appear. And if you didn't get all the items when you got to level 99, you'll get a bad end, and it'll tell you where you were supposed to get those magical balls. I thought they were crystal balls, but whatever. And then it'll be a game over, and you'll have to start all over. Unless you knew the password for a stage select. Actually, if you do a continue from the stage where you died, then you can select back up to 99 if you died on 99, or whatever stage you died on. And see, there's all the items you needed to collect. And with the password I put in, you'll automatically get all the items. You don't have to pick up any. If you do go to a special, special room where the item was, it'll be there again. You can just collect it again. And that is where that special door was, and you had to kill all the enemies on that stage to get to it. And I got it just as I barely killed that last enemy. And here is level 99, or level 100. And this is a giant drunk. And you have to collect those, oops, nah, it barely touched me. You have to collect those lightning bottles, and you'll be able to breathe, lightning, bubbles. Your, lightning bolts can take out the, bottles, the, sake bottles that, the drunk will throw at you. And now we can advance to level 101. Well, first we will get this halfway scenario where I guess there's a marriage going on with your girlfriends and monsters, but you know, against your girlfriend's wills. And Bub and Bob came to save the girlfriends. You rascal! But this is the halfway point. You still have 100 more stages to go. And then they re-trap the girlfriends, and you have to go save them again. Get me, you boys. Kind of English. Yeah, you'll see this scenario even if you just play one player, I think. I mean, with both Bub and Bob. Bub and Bob were originally humans, but they got turned into dragons. I don't remember if it was an evil curse or something, or if it was just to help their girlfriends. And here's another potion bonus stage. Yeah, you have to collect a potion to be able to go to this stage. Yeah, you're automatically given the speed shoes just for this bonus stage once it appears. And again, another 100,000 point perfect bonus. Very nice. But yeah, we'll just scoot forward to look at the various doors. But yeah, there's often some sort of conditions that have to be met to make those doors appear. And again, there's all the items that you need to get. 3 mirrors, 3 magical balls, a candle, and a magic key. And yeah, those guys that are called hitagons shoot fireballs, so you gotta watch out for them. Yeah, I think this is much better done than the arcade original. So if you're a Sega Master System fan and you haven't heard of this one being released for the system, you are missing out. Like I said, this was not released in America. It was released in Japan for the Mark III, which was basically the Sega Master System in Japan, and later on it was renamed the Sega Master System. We're just looking at the various doors and what you get when you go in them. Make note of what stage the doors were on. There won't be doors for every stage. Oftentimes it will be every 10th stage. Oftentimes for the first 100 levels, and on the last 100 levels, 101 to 200, it'll often be on every level ending with the number 5, like 145, 155. Not everyone, but oftentimes. There might be a door right where that last invader is. Yep. And I got it just before the hurry up monster appeared. I think his name is Skel-Monsta or something. But yeah, this one, on that stage there was an item that appeared, and you needed to touch it to make a black hole appear. And when it sucks in the enemies, you need to get sucked in too, and then you can get that item that you need. I think it was one of the mirrors. And there's another gem room. Yeah, I don't have kids. I don't care. So Easter doesn't really mean much to me. I used to like it when I'd hang around with my folks. I would make my own designs for my eggs, and I would do like anime drawings or artwork of some sort. It was kind of fun back then, but I don't care anymore. To me, it's just a day of not having to go to work. But that was another mini boss or a boss fight with a Hidegon, or I think his full name is Hidegons, not plural. There was a door here, and I can't remember how to make it open. And to open the door here, you have to have 1,000,000 points, and I didn't have that there because I used a password, I think. But it can be just by you, or it can be 1 and 2 player together to create 1,000,000 points. I hate this stage. There's a door there, and I got in there, and it's another gem room. Yeah, see that weird writing there? That is supposed to be a code for controller and button input. This is the final boss. To get like extra lives, candies, sneakers to speed you up, etc. But they don't work in this version, unfortunately. It's Japan only, I think. But this is the final battle, and this is another drunk. And I beat him, and I'm going to get the best ending. Yeah, like I said, a bad ending is if you got to level 99, but you didn't have all the items. And I think you get the same kind of ending if you get to level 199, but you didn't get the rest of the items that you needed. You will get your girlfriends back. Eek. I guess they didn't get hurt from falling up there. Thanks for your help. I feel fine now. And then the boys change back to human beings. Forest also changed. The color of the... What? Betty. Okay, that kind of abandoned that sentence, but whatever. Patty. That's their girlfriends' names, apparently. And that is the ending to Bubble Bobble, which was originally known as Final Bubble Bobble in Japan for their Sega Mark III system, which later became known as the Sega Master System, as it was in America. And it was released in Europe in 1992. But this is Bubble Bobble, a fantastic port of the arcade classic created by Taito in 1986. The music is the same from what I remember from, I didn't beat the arcade one all the way through, I don't think. The music is similar to what I remember from the Nintendo Entertainment System port, which was terrific. Might want to check that one out too. But that's Bubble Bobble. Again, released initially for the Sega Mark III, which was the Japanese version of the Sega Master System in 1988, and released to Europe in 1992. And in Europe, it was just known as Bubble Bobble, not Final Bubble Bobble. That is Bubble Bobble. It says 1991 there, but released in Europe in 1992, and again originally in Japan in 1988, and originally released in the arcades in 1986. Happy Easter, everybody! Thank you for watching. Well, that was Bubble Bobble. And real quick, we're going to look at a very, very helpful password. Go down to the password screen, and you want to input this password. It is 9ENVA. So try to remember it is 9ENVA. And 55M. That lets you choose any of the levels, and it gives you all of the items, all of the special items that you needed to collect. And you go to continue 1-up or 2-up, and you select that, and that allows you to choose between any of the rounds from 0 to 2 or 1 to 200. And we're going to go to 199 just so I can pause, and you can see that I've collected all the items automatically with this password. So I'll pause here. Yep, got them all. What a cute game. I've always liked Bubble Bobble. Well, that was Bubble Bobble by Taito, originally released for the Sega Mark III in 1988 in Japan and in Europe in 1992. Game number 1 in R20 from the Sega Master System series. Well, I hope you enjoyed my series. I certainly enjoyed making it. Hope you have a fantastic Easter, and I will see you later. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.